And we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody?
We are live. It's Friday.
Hi.
Yes.
The show has been long awaited. We are doing the Marty show tonight. So obviously Marty, our co-host, has had an extreme amount of experiences, especially his special guest Sheila, his mum. She's got crazy goes on
right there.
But yeah, briefly before we start that, obviously everyone knows that I'm big into my demonology and reading demonology books and all this. And if anybody has heard of a book going around at the moment on Amazon called Demons Among Us, it's this book here. All I will say is don't buy it. It is not a book on demonology.
Kind of misleading, is it?
It's very misleading. The first half is very good. It's it's the case file of Elizabeth Knapp, who's the first recorded person to ever be possessed. However, the second half,
if you're easily offended, it's not for
he
you.
says some very offensive things, and I've put a bad review on it because it's certainly not what it was made out to be. So,
South Africa? Hi,
South Africa.
Wow,
yes.
Hi, South Africa. Okay.
Wow,
That's crazy. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely.
But for a book to read, I would say read The Demonologist, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
It's funny. I think Nick has a book that he wanted to recommend too, didn't you, buddy?
Yes, I do. I have it right here. And you know what? I'm actually going to change the background because this is the atmosphere of it. So give me 1 second here. Of course, I should have dressed up.
You got to get the background in there for it.
That's such a great background.
Here we go.
Yeah. So you pretty much already know exactly what kind of book I'm about to present, but I just got this in the mail today. I was good yesterday. Nightmare Society,
That's so cool.
Volume 3. And I already looked at the pages, and it's already awesome. Here's an example of some of the drawings.
Oh, that's creepy. I like it.
They don't resemble entirely the drawings, but they're still creepy as hell. So really looking forward to reading them.
That's definitely.
It took about a month for me to get it. It finally showed up yesterday, and why it took a whole month, I have no idea why.
Yeah, it took longest for us. I think we struggled to get a lot of books. A lot of books that, obviously, that Carl and stuff said to buy. I can get them, but it would take months to get here, and we get a massive import tax on it. But anyway, don't buy Demons Among Us. If you want to read it, go ahead. But I certainly wouldn't recommend it as a demonology book. But anyway, hi Kerry, hi Matt. You're not going to get stuck in the past today. Try not to, buddy. So tonight we are obviously going to be mainly talking about Marty and Sheila's experiences over the years. Now, Sheila, Marty's had a little chat with us last night, about where things begun for you and all this. But where did it for you? Like, what's your earliest memory that you have of like the paranormal and being exposed to it?
I was probably about 8 years old, and it was in my mom's house. We used to hear footsteps a lot. Used to be real heavy footsteps back and forth upstairs. I had waken up in the middle of the night one night to go downstairs, and this old lady came out of my closet, and she come over to me, and I don't know if she wanted to tickle me, if she wanted to hug me, but she scared the hell out of me, and I screamed, and she disappeared. My mom came into the room, and the flashlight just popped on for you. Shut it off, please. I'm talking. That's rude.
This will happen periodically throughout the entire show. It'll turn on and off.
Yeah, so guys, if you're that watching, obviously, you can see that flashlight in the middle of Marty and Sheila.
Can you shut it off?
This is what you're renowned for. Is getting
talking about.
2 seconds. Let me just mute something because it's going nuts. Where is it? Oh yeah.
Oh, the Facebook thing.
2 seconds.
Marty, are you sure you didn't knock that flashlight on, buddy?
Listen,
walk by.
I got enough video.
There it goes. It just shut off. So
I got enough video proof.
Oh, fair enough.
That.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, Marty, just quickly explain, obviously, what this flashlight. How do they work?
Basically, I use the flashlight a lot because with this type of flashlight, you turn it on and off, but you can turn this one in such a way that the contacts on the inside barely make a connection. and you basically get it just shut off, and the spirits around you will use the energy to actually just make the connection and turn it on and off to answer questions. So there's going to be certain times throughout this show, like right before the show started, I set it up, just checking cameras and stuff, make sure it was going to work. And I said, are you going to talk to us during the show? And the flashlight came on. I said, just for validation and make sure the kids weren't running around the house or anything, can you shut it off? Shut right off. So I use it a lot. I use it all the time. I used it on multiple different occasions, which we'll see tonight. But it's always been a huge thing for me to communicate.
Yeah, and I'll use them too as a yes and no. You can get 2 flashlights going. I'll have like a pink flashlight, blue flashlight, and I'll tell them, this one's a yes flashlight, this is a no, and I'll be able to get yes and no answers that way.
Now, Sheila, did you turn Marty onto this trick, or was this something that?
No,
I'm sorry, trick is a terrible word.
Did you send him that video?
Well, no. We're going to play that tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to play that.
He'll tell you what happens when I showed him how to use it.
Well, the whole thing with the flashlights, I never knew about any of this stuff really until she was doing the investigations and she said something to do with the flashlights. I mean, they're cheap enough because I know, Tom and Amy, you guys know, when you get some of these, and even Nick, how expensive some of these, devices are. So these flashlights are like $15.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like $15 versus I'm going to get, evidence that I'm looking for versus spending $300 or $400 on a device that it could be really questionable sometimes.
And depending on the type, the amount of energy that's in a room, I've seen paranormal groups get the flashlights where you got to push the buttons, and you can actually hear that button push all across the room. There's nobody over there.
That's
insane. It's pretty cool. You got to have a lot of energy for that.
Marty, Rob has a question. He wanted to know. First, he had a comment for Mama Marty. Rob loves the sweatshirt. And Marty, does it creep you out that you have these spirits around you so often?
No, because it doesn't. It
just come on again.
It used to. At first, yes, and you're going to see that video tonight. I almost stained my pants the first time this ever happened. But, now no, because other than using the flashlight, nothing's moving around my house. I don't hear anything. It's not affecting us at all. If I use a flashlight, I use it. I choose when to use it. And other than that, now it doesn't. So like in instances like this, I set it up, and if somebody wants to communicate, they can turn their flashlight on or off.
And the flashlight goes off.
Told you.
Wow, they're doing demos for you.
You guys are going to see the video.
They're definitely
listen really quick. Tom,
yeah, absolutely.
Tom, do you have? Because I know Carrie's watching, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Carrie knows that I got the cards that from her in the mail. Because I got the set of tarot cards from her.
Oh, I forgot about this.
And the first time I ever used them, Tom, do me a favor, pull up that picture of the dog. I didn't want to pull this in, but now I want to because this is going to kind of cross-reference these cards.
The window?
The dog.
Oh,
no, the dog, the puppy. The puppy. So really quick, I'm going to make this really fast because it's kind of off topic, but Carrie and I have been talking about getting a dog for a while. Tom and Amy and I have been busting my chops constantly, get a dog. So this is possibly the dog that we're going to get. Now,
cheap views.
Before this dog or anything else, Carrie, I got the cards. The first time I used them, I sat there, I was shuffling them. 2 cards fell out. The first one was this, and it's probably going to be backwards. Maybe not.
No.
That was the first card that dropped out. The second card was this one.
Okay.
I'm sending you a companion.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are the first 2 cards that dropped out of the pack. And now that picture came through and we're possibly getting that dog.
Yeah.
So that's where, again, too, you can't make stuff like this up. So thank you again, Carrie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, guys, if you obviously haven't seen, we did a show with Carrie. She's in the chat somewhere. She's hanging about. I don't know if she might say hi. She's still there.
No, she's still there. She just said yeah.
So Star Seas TV. That's you follow on Instagram. She's got her own shop where you can buy all these cards from, and she does some amazing things for people. She does free readings. She did some tonight at 7 p.m. on Instagram, and some of the readings she does are fantastic. Even she does a daily tarot reading as well, where she will pick the cards out. And me and Adam have both said like before that we've seen some of them and they are very meaningful to like us at certain times. So yeah, that's
follow her. She does, and I'll tell you, going back to the last show we did where she did the reading on me, Tui and I were talking about that recently, and Eddie as well. Well, Matt and Rob, or we were talking about this. How like she nailed it, like my reading.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Nailed it for somebody that knows nothing about me. Like nailed the reading.
Yeah.
So now Rob wants his own. Because that was just.
She does those live readings for free. I think it's every Wednesday. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Gary, but I think it's every Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
she does the live readings for an hour.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok and Instagram.
But she's fantastic. Like this stuff she does, and we will probably have her on the show again, definitely.
Absolutely,
sometime in the future.
But
yeah. So obviously, Sheila, you said that it started when you was like 8 years old, and that at that age was you afraid or?
Yes. No, I was petrified.
No hesitation. No hesitation.
No, even after a couple of years, I think I was like 10 or 11 years old, we would come home from school, and if we walked in the house and there was footsteps going on, we ran across the street to my aunt's house. We wouldn't even go in the house.
Wow.
And, it was pretty scary. Now I wish it was how it was. I wish it was going on now because it doesn't scare me anymore. It doesn't bother me.
Do you think that's because you understand it more now and you're more
Yeah.
I did say this on the other show the other week. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, for myself, when things first started happening, it did scare me a bit. I did think, what is going on? But now, like, the more we do it, I don't get scared of it anymore. I'm more curious. I want to understand why.
Especially if you know it's just somebody that it's just a dead person. Like that person lived at one time.
Right.
So technically, you're talking to somebody that just doesn't have a body, and that's the way I look at it. That's why it doesn't scare me. Now, if it was something demonic or anything, and I was getting pushed and scratched, different story. That'd probably scare the hell out of me.
You don't want that.
No.
Yeah. No. So obviously, this is obviously happened a lot over the years. Is there ever like a moment that stands out in your mind of like the craziest moment of your like paranormal experiences?
I was a kid. A friend of my mom's had come to the house. She was kind of like a psychic herself. And she came out of a restaurant one night with her fiance, and she seen her father standing in front of a tree. Well, her father was dead. So she brought him to my mother's house. She thought that'd be cool. And she started a Ouija board session in the kitchen to find out what he wanted. And my mom had gone out to the kitchen, and the kitchen was so cold. We had light switch covers that were stainless steel. They had ice on them.
Wow.
And glasses were shattering in the sink, and that's when my mother said, that's enough. Did put it away. And that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
that's crazy. Like
it is. It's nuts.
Did you ever find out a reason why like these things have happened to you, or because you've had obviously quite a lot of events happen for some people? Like myself, I only started having experiences when I was 24, 25.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why
the experiences in the house. I mean, eventually my mother threw it out because we were doing some remodeling, and whatever happened to be haunting.
Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you.
That scared me, okay? Because that wasn't just
I was like, what the hell is that? That was brilliant.
What the hell was that?
Hey, Lindy Lou.
No, but they had done some remodeling, so whatever was haunting that house got thrown out with whatever was in the walls or whatever. So the night that my mother thought my sister was coming home, she'd hear a knock at the back door on the glass. So she heard it, listened for a minute, and then she got up to look. She could hear it on the door, but there was nobody there. So my mother, being my mother, she went in, smoked a cigarette. I kept knocking. She finally went over, opened the window, and said, "You're not coming in." And after that, we never heard anything else in that house.
Mama Bear's like, no, you ain't coming in.
Yeah, she's like, no,
you gotta go. You gotta kick rocks.
She even had a rocking chair one night start rocking by itself. And she sat there, and she thought it was a cat, but the cat was in sleeping on my sister's bed. And she sat there, and she smoked a cigarette, and she's watching this chair. And she goes, "I'm not getting up until you leave." And the rocking chair slowed down and stopped as if somebody got up and left. She went over, she felt around, and she goes, "All right, good night. I'm going to bed."
Wow.
Yeah, so this clearly
like a movie.
No, it didn't phase her. Not at all.
Wow, that's incredible.
We've got a question in the comments.
We've got a question, have we? From Chantel, from South Africa, was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, hi Chantel. What's your take on direct answers from a blindfolded person with noise-cancelling earphones? I
haven't tried that, but I'd love to. I've seen it done.
That's just from a blindfolded person with noise-cancelling earphones.
Yep. What you do is you set up a spirit box in one room with the person. You blindfold them. They got the earbuds on. The other person's in another room asking questions of the spirits, and you're yelling out whatever you're hearing on the spirit box. And usually it correlates with whatever the questions are being asked.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I've seen it done.
It's either for the direct evidence.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I would love to do it. I haven't
I've never really heard of that. That's just
yeah.
Today, but
yeah, I never. That's new to me too. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, me either. That's
with the necrophonic app. I don't know why not. You
yeah.
know?
It just shows, like, even like you're saying about the flashlights, that you don't need tons of money to do investigation.
I just went on and off again. I'm freaking watching that flashlight.
Incredible.
It'll go on and off.
It just shows that, like, how much. I mean, how much flashlight? Like what? Like
it was this one right here, the one I showed you the other night. It was like, $13 with free shipping.
Yeah. I mean,
$12.
If anybody's watching and decides they want to do something like this, don't get the LED ones. They don't work the same.
Right.
You got to get the incandescent ones.
No,
the ones that are like a candlelight flashlight. Yeah, the LED ones, it's either on or off. There's no in between. With these, you can turn it where you see it turn on a little bit, turn off, or it's just kind of making a connection.
Because if there's enough energy and you don't have it on right, I've watched Spirit roll these things. They've actually rolled them across the table to try and turn them on.
Dude, if this thing rolls off of that right now,
yeah, you're out. That's it. Done.
I'm watching. I'm like, come on.
Nick, have you ever used flashlights, mate? Have you done that before?
Yeah, I've done that before. I've done it a few times. I mean, I actually have 2 flashlights that I have as part of my gear, just like an ordinary one. And then the other one is actually a UV light flashlight. So, I mean, obviously, like, as you would expect, the UV one I usually use more to detect if there's like fingerprints or handprints. But then the actual one, we use it sometimes as an act of communication, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, like Tom and Amy, it kind of reacts like the cat ball.
Yeah,
I love the cat ball.
Anything to it. It's just a little bit of energy will turn that thing on.
Yeah, the cat balls, guys, like, you can get them for a couple of quid on Amazon.
Yeah,
they are literally for cats. They're what cats play with. And you just literally leave on side like the flashlight, and you just say, you move the cat ball. And the cat ball won't actually physically move, but the light will go on and off because they're moving the elements inside the cat ball, cause it to go on and off, which is incredible. It's exactly the same thing as that. It just takes that little bit of energy just to get it to react, and it causes a reaction. But you don't need tons of money. I mean, we've bought kit. We've got the SLS that cost us what, £400?
No,
what's the one that you guys have that has like the doodle on it? It's like
Spirit box.
Spirit box.
That's the spirit box.
Oh,
Spirit box. Because I get that confused with the Alice box because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so Alice box, that's the word generator. That was
Alice box is the words one, right? Where
that's the program. It's about
which is the same as the necrophonic app.
about £50 to buy that. But it just shows you don't need tons of money. You can do anything. You can even sit in the room and just call out and to knock or make sounds. It's all you're doing basically is you're opening yourself up to the spirit world and asking them to communicate with you and don't be disheartened though if nothing happens, because I mean we've done times before when we filmed for hours before. And
you got this, Nick.
We got nothing yet.
He's struggling.
The other night, and I don't know if guys saw on our Instagram that I posted the video, the voice that we captured. And at first, I wasn't even going to watch that video back because I thought we got nothing. I thought, oh my god! And then we've caught like the best Class A EVP we've ever captured.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah, this is what you're doing, or.
For me, it still sounds like really now. Let's move back to
I hear really. Yeah. That's why I put it up the other day and ask what people hear. And there's different ones, but there's a lot of them come around like, what you doing or what do you want? It's that kind of everyone's.
There's a question there,
Right.
Yeah, but it just shows you like you just need a record.
Flashlight's been on and off, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
That's incredible.
And to answer your question, Glenn, do you use Dowsing Rods? Yeah, we've got Dowsing Rods.
Yes.
They don't work for me, but they work better for you.
They work for me, yeah. Dowsing Rod's a very personal thing, I think.
Just the same as your flashlight's very personal for yourselves.
Yeah. We could get a flashlight now and get
nothing.
Right.
Whereas
that's what I think Carrie mentioned that in one show. She's like, whatever works for you, you find the tool that works best for you.
Yeah.
And you kind of tend to gravitate towards that one tool.
Dowsing rod. I use
dowsing
dowsing rods on a regular basis anytime I go out. So yeah, I use them. I bring them with just to be safe. I mean, I don't use them exactly every single time, but just in case if I need to use them for whatever investigation I'm a part of.
Mm-hmm. Do you like? Do you find that also that it works more for like maybe you than somebody else, or it's like a personal thing?
What's that? The flashlights and dowsing rods?
Dowsing. Well.
I think there's a lag on Nick's.
Yep.
I don't even
What's
know if
that?
he knows your question was for him.
I didn't even hear that.
Nick's internet is a potato. I don't know if anybody knows that.
Wait, am I frozen?
No. There's a lag on your part, buddy.
There's a lag. It's all right.
No, ask him again
I can't remember what everyone else.
about the dowsing rods.
Oh, yes,
I'm
do
tired.
you think, Nick? Do you think dowsing rods like are a personal thing, like per person, or do you think that anybody can use them, sort of thing?
It's kind of a combination of the two. I mean, honestly, I think it almost like, I guess, depends on who you talk to and who likes it. Because again, like I said before, I personally use them a lot of times. Honestly, I would probably have to say basically both answers. That's probably the best I could really think of.
Mm.
Could you guys explain to me and maybe some people that are a little new to this? Because again, that's my thing in this is I'm like, you guys all have experience. I'm pretty new to this whole thing. What is a dowsing rod?
So, are you going to get them?
I'll show you.
Want me to go get mine?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
you
he's
can
got
watch-
them. Okay.
So back,
I get a couple holes.
so back in the day, dowsing
I'll be right
rods
back.
were actually used to find water.
Oh, yeah. Like the sticks or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
like
just hold them
point
like
the
this.
water.
And
Oh, okay.
Stick from a branch fork stick from a
Yeah.
tree.
Oh, okay.
Normally, the
They're a little
stick-
different now.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, the stick that you're on about, you'd normally use to help find your way home.
So we call it a divining rod. Well,
Yeah.
that's why. Okay.
So you'd hold
Thank
it
you,
like
Timmy.
this, and then you'd like ask questions for them to move. I can't really do it now.
Mhm.
But
No. You guys were doing that on the Pendle Hill
Yeah.
Yes.
one, or somebody
Yes,
had
yeah.
it on the Pendle Hill one. I think.
You
Pendle Hill, yeah.
can use them for yes and no questions, or you can use them in terms of actually finding where a spirit may be standing,
yeah,
or actually just find
we've had some
water
great
in general.
success. I mean, like, you
That's
see
really
the
cool.
video we've done with the dolls, like, and I've said, like, obviously, if you're here, could you stand in front of me? And as soon as I say that, the rods cross over.
Yes,
but
and they
they're
don't
stood in
work.
front of me.
Really, I can't.
But
use
you
them.
do it, and it doesn't happen.
No, it's not.
Well, Amy, you have other ways, right? Because I think Tom was saying it's like super personal, but you have other ways that they get in contact with you, right? And Sheila, you might be able to back me up on this. It's personal for everybody? Yeah, like everybody has their own thing that helps them connect maybe more,
With
or
me, it depends on where I am.
on where you are.
I mean, I can
Location,
be at my house and not talk. I can talk to my mother. Like he talks to my mom all the time and brings her through with a flashlight. He don't talk to me at all. Not at my house anyways. And it's like, it's just, I think it just depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Nick's got his. Okay.
Yeah, for
But-
me, it's.
Does this answer your question?
Yeah,
It does.
I can sense things like in an environment, or if I touch an object, I get a feeling of something that might be on that object,
Yeah.
like a negative or a positive kind of like charge almost.
Mm.
I'm very much quite in touch with like how people feel as well.
Mhm.
So I get like a sense of, which I think quite a few people can, but like in terms of like if something's happened in a room, it's like kind of awkward. Like you can feel it in the air.
Same.
Yeah, sound like that when I go into a haunted investigation. If it's really haunted, you can feel it as soon as you walk through the door. It's just like that charge. You can feel it.
Mm.
That's a good word, a charge.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a pretty apt description.
Whereas I think I'm more like I hear them more, and I get dreams. I can't remember what it's called now.
It's like
Oh,
a
Precognition.
Like premonition?
So I get a lot of that now. I'm not trained myself to do it or anything. It's just something that I've just realized happens to me. I get a lot of reactions that way.
You probably have you're probably more open to it now too. You've opened yourself up to it more.
Yeah, definitely.
We had a question in the comments as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
So Glenn, what was your most scariest thing happened to you all? Obviously Sheila obviously said about the
lady that walked out of my closet was pretty much the scariest one.
That's crazy. Marty, what's your
Well, you guys are going to find out in a few minutes.
For me, my most scariest thing was back in Cottesmore when we were on the army barracks, and we had a bit of a tiff, a bit of an argument, and I'd gone and slept downstairs for a bit. And
sleep paralysis, didn't you?
But it was like the worst sleep paralysis I probably had for a long, long time, and it was a black woman shape that went over me, and I couldn't move, couldn't speak, couldn't scream or anything, and I just left my eyes closed, and then woke up fully, and then it went. But it made me feel sick to my stomach with this thing hovering over me.
That's scary.
How most of my dates feel about me.
That's how difficult.
With mine, I'm used to be at Paranormal, but I think for mine now, it's my dreams I've had recently. Obviously, you guys know because I've obviously told you through the chat thing, but I've had some horrific nightmares that are repetitive, and it's not a normal nightmare. I know it's not. It's something that's happening to me, and the way I can describe it, the worst thing about it is the screams. I hear the screams that are deafening, literally you'll burst your eardrums. That's how bad it is. I don't know why I'm getting it. It's probably something to do with the dolls, but yeah, that's probably my worst experience.
Well, to be fair, you got the dolls in the house and you're reading demonology books.
That's true.
So I mean,
yourself right up.
and he's got demons.
Yeah, come on in.
I don't think you need to.
No, I don't think you need to.
I'm sorry, I love Nick's laugh. And it was brought up on the last show, and every time I hear him, I'm like, dude, he really does. You have a great laugh, dude.
Nick, buddy, what's your scary?
Oh boy! Well, before I tell you, sorry, I have to repeat that story again because I know I've probably spoken about it a dozen or so times. It was
they coming in the house or what?
It was during an investigation we had 4 years ago. It was our last residential investigation, and that was where, what was supposed to be just a simple house, residential investigation, eventually blessing. We actually ended up unexpectedly performing an exorcism on this kid who was only 20 years old. I mean, there's a lot more detail to it. It would take too long for me to explain everything, but that was it was scary for me because it wasn't really exactly what was happening. It was knowing the fact that this kid's life, who practically was possessed, his life was at stake. So, and we weren't even authorized to perform an exorcism, but what I saw from those eyes, so I'll never forget. And it really did have that blackish tint to them. So it's kind of takes a while for you to try to get rid of that image.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I don't know, hefty. We've never really asked you, have you had paranormal experiences?
Nope.
Not had any.
No. I've had.
I was gonna say.
So I guess I've always been open to the idea my whole life. I always just in my perspective, it's dumb and very, and I think I brought this point up several times. It's very small-minded to think that this is it. You know what I mean? Tui's calling me out in the comments right now. So one of them we will probably watch, but one of the more recent ones, which is Tui. Yes, I'm bringing that up, bro. Don't you want to tell the story, Tui, or can I tell the story? So it was the first time.
Let him tell the story.
So basically, it was my brother had moved into Matt, who's in the comments, moved into a brand new apartment complex in South Carolina a few years back, and the first time. We moved in, it was a brand new apartment complex in South Carolina a few years back, and the first time, we moved in, it was a brand new apartment complex in South Carolina a few years back, and the first time, we moved in, it was a brand new apartment complex in South Carolina a few years back, and the first time I'm not sure if it was both Rob and myself, but at least myself had been down there. Matt let me stay in his room, which has like a bathroom attached to it. So it was definitely not the first night, but it was one of the nights we were there, and I was in the bathroom, and doors open because nobody is in the bedroom. It's just me in the bedroom. We're getting kind of weird here, but so long story short, to make a long story short, there was a laughing, and I thought it was either Rob or Matt messing with me, and it was not. So I stayed in the bathroom for 5 minutes, then left the light on. Okay, 40-year-old dude, 40-year-old dude doing this. Left the light on in the bathroom, which is straight ahead of me, and kind of sat there for an hour and a half afterwards, I can't get back to sleep now, and absolutely just shook. And it was one of those things where I know I wasn't dreaming, you know what I mean? And it was probably one of the scariest things ever, just because I had never gotten any kind of anything like that. And I didn't ask any questions, didn't want to, didn't need to. It just absolutely scared the heck out of me. And
when you said you're open, you probably was open at that point until that happened to you. Now you're closed off like a brick.
You close right off.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like, it's just I know, but it was absolutely, and it's funny, when we went down in January, I left the light on the whole damn time I was down there in the bathroom. Sorry, Ed, about your electric bill, but I left the bathroom light on every freaking night.
Yeah,
every night.
See, Matt's saying that obviously he's had nothing like that experience himself, so it just shows you that just because you've experienced it doesn't mean it's always going to be there for everyone else.
And Matt's saying he's never experienced anything like that here for himself. Maybe it was something attached to me. Thanks for that.
Yeah, go Nick. What did you say, mate?
I got to point out something really quickly. It's actually 2 comments that Chantel wrote, and one of them got my attention a few minutes ago. She said she's had the same tornado dream since age 4, over and over, but different scenario. She always thinks 7 tornadoes are coming for her after she wakes up. Probably why she's severe weather obsessed. Well, Chantel, I got to tell you, you're not the only one. I've actually a part-time storm chaser, so I haven't really chased tornadoes, but I have a whole collection. But the other comment she said, Adam, there's a Hannibal type mask behind you that is freaking me out, creepy as hell.
I don't know if it's
It is Hannibal.
I don't know if it's like the Hannibal or my Jason masks, my hockey masks. Is that what you're talking about? I have a lot of masks back there. There's like a Leatherface one up here somewhere.
I had to point that out.
Huh?
He's got Leatherface up there on the right.
I see.
Yeah, it's like barely sticking out over here. It's like a Don Post one. I'm a nerd.
But yeah, so that's our scariest things. But anyway, so Marty, you've had a lot of evidence captured over the years with flashlights. Some of the stuff we've obviously seen.
It's been in a very short period of time.
Yeah,
it's only been in a couple of last, I would say, 5 years. Wow. And there's a few things that have happened. It basically all started when we were living in the previous house. My daughter had come flying out from the living room into the bathroom, which goes right past our bedroom. And from my bedroom, you could see the bathroom door. So I thought maybe she had to go to the bathroom really bad or something, but she ran in, but she never shut the door. And I was like, okay, what's going on? So I got up and she's hiding behind the door. And she says, I seen this white thing come out of the ceiling, fly around the living room and go back up through the ceiling. And come to find out that my fiance's aunt, who owns the house, lived upstairs from us. Her husband had passed away 30 years prior to that. So she would happen to be in her own mind arguing with him about whatever. And at that same moment, Morgan saw this thing come out of the ceiling, which from that point sparked me to go. I was talking to her. She brought her team down to the house. We did an investigation, and that's where all this is going to start to kind of play together. So this is where my evidence will come into this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah.
Marty's was, and I'll tell you, I'm sorry to interject again real quick, but I mean, I was never skeptical, but it never really, with that one thing aside from over at Matt's place, had never, and that was actually subsequent to my first experience, so I can't even say that. So the Marty video, which I don't know if we're going to watch today or whatever.
Yeah, we'll play
that was the number one thing where I was like, okay, yeah, you got me. Okay, yeah. I'm in. This is absolutely legit. And
yeah, so what we'll do is we'll play a sequence of the stuff that I've caught. They're not long videos, you know. Most of them are like, you know, I'll cut it down to like 15, 20 seconds or whatever. But the first video I caught, I'm going to try and drop into right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So
obviously,
this is the first video. So my mother had one person upstairs in the house. I was downstairs in my place by myself in the dark with a flashlight. Never used a flashlight before. My mom and I think, I don't know how many people you had in the basement.
It was me and one other person.
Yeah. So they were downstairs. So this was the first investigation we ever did at my house. I will play that right now if we can.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Yep.
So this should play straight away when I add it to stream.
Okay.
Buffering.
This takes a couple, like maybe a minute.
I just want to know that I'm not crazy.
No, it's playing. You just got to listen. It's just a dark screen.
Yeah.
On the camera, not Carrie's camera.
So it's just an EVP?
Somebody in this house.
No, just listen.
No, just listen.
Like I said, I don't care that you're here. You love seeing the kids. You love hanging out with us, watching wrestling and watching the kids have fun and grow up. Use the energy that you drew off of the laser grid and turn on the flashlight.
It takes a second.
This is your opportunity to scare the shit out of me right now. You can turn the flashlight on. Give everybody else validation. I can show them the video, and then we won't bother you anymore.
Liar.
Lies.
Yeah. That's what I said to Tommy. You
lies.
If anybody's here, doesn't matter who it is. If anybody's here, just turn on the flashlight.
And at this point, I'm going, really, this is stupid.
All you do is turn it just a little bit. I said it just right.
You can actually see it starting to glow.
Yeah.
Would you rather talk to my mom?
You can see that.
Holy shit. Ew.
Okay.
There it is.
Listen to his response.
I'll go get my mom.
I was like, all right, shut it off. Shit. You just, okay, I'm done. I'm going to get my mother.
Wow. All right.
That was funny too.
Crazy, like, to get those kind of responses, especially when you're like a skeptic and then you're just trying it for the first time.
Oh,
Right.
So funny.
Was it just me or was Marty slurring his words in that video? Had you been drinking, sir?
Dude, I was like, I was number one. I was like, okay, this probably isn't going to work. I don't know what I'm talking to a flashlight, all this other shit. But I'm also hoping that this thing doesn't come on because I know that I'm going to like literally soil my pants at that point.
That's
Call
what
you
I
Marty
like.
Soiler.
That's exactly what you like. The first time I started doing it and I was asking stuff to happen, inside I was like, please don't happen because I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah.
Like now, you just you want
Get
it to
used
happen.
to it. Right. Yeah. You get
I
used
just
to it.
did and nothing happened. So here we are.
Yeah.
All right. So, Tom, I'm going to drop this one in. This is one I actually caught. I'm going to have you skip to the last probably 30 seconds.
2 seconds. Let me just pause it.
Yep, skip to the last like 30 seconds or so.
It's either a snare drum or a bar stool. That's a phone.
About
I'm good
there,
at
or
this game.
And a flashlight.
So I had the flashlight on my kitchen table and doing the question and answer going on and off. So at the end of this, I said, if anybody wants to show themselves in the camera, show yourself going through the phone and shut the flashlight off. If you watch right after I say that from the left-hand side, there's an orb that goes right to the flashlight and it shuts it off.
wow. Let me see if I'm in the right place. I should be.
Go a little bit further. It's literally like, maybe it's not there. It's right there. It's probably good.
Flashlight. Oh, there. Was that you?
You're going to see orbs in the
I
in
saw
the
it.
video.
Wait, hold on. There's one that came up on the left.
You're going to see a lot of them.
If you want to show yourself, go through the phone to the flashlight and shut it off. So, all right.
There it is. There it is. Holy crap. Can you play that back again?
Yep.
That was amazing.
I can't tell you how many times I watched that back. It's insane.
Do you see it? I can't
If you
really
want to show yourself, go
Green.
through the phone to the flashlight and shut it off.
Comes up from the bottom.
Let's see if I can pause it from when it
All
happens.
right.
Oh my God.
You saw that, right?
Camera over the top of the phone and went right to the phone, to the flashlight.
So quick, I can't even pause it on time.
Yeah.
flashlight.
Yeah, it comes from the left-hand side and just bops over.
So, all right.
Right there.
It goes right above the top of the phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's when I told you guys about this weeks ago. I'm like, I gotta find this video, and I found it yesterday. Luckily,
Wow.
like last
Marty,
minute.
can I give you a suggestion? I suggested, if I could give a suggestion, because I told Tom and Amy to do the same thing with their evidence, you should send that over to Tim and Crystal Kohler, because they're doing a show called The K Files, and they're looking for guests to turn over their evidence. So in other words,
Okay.
you could be on their show. They do it on Sundays. They do it on Sundays. I can't remember exactly the time, but if you send them that video footage, they'll probably have you on the show, because they actually are trying to get more guests for their show to
Okay.
keep it going. So I'd send that to Tim and Crystal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, I'll get the information after the show is over. You can drop it to me in Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, it just shows you, like these orbs and stuff. I know
Sure.
a lot of them are dust and bugs. A lot of them are. That's great, but there's the few.
Yeah, that was kind of irrefutable evidence right there, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, and they're so small too. I always thought orbs would be bigger.
Yeah, it's like
It's crazy. They're super small.
My mother's.
They'll be like
What you're
they're
gonna?
creating their own light, and it's when they're doing that, that's when it's can't explain it.
So, because we're on that topic of orbs and everything, I just dropped this one in. This one is actually, I put this down in slow motion. I was doing a flashlight session in my bedroom. So the flashlight's sitting on the dresser. The flashlight doesn't go on and off, but you're going to see in slow motion, if you watch, it's pretty, this is even further, more of an orb video than the last one. Tom, Amy, I showed you guys this the other night. Watch from the bottom of the screen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
That is not dust. That's not an insect.
Yeah, that
And
is.
seeing how round it is, there's
Yeah.
no way that could be dust or an insect.
No.
It's
Yeah, there's
perfectly
definitely
round.
not dust.
No.
No, there's no wings or
can't even
anything.
pause
In,
it.
in the original video, it happened so fast. So that's why I had to go back, edit it, and slow that part down to really kind of capture that.
I mean, look, you can see it there.
It's literally
Really
blocking
pauses
out
perfectly.
anything behind it.
All right, we've
Yeah,
impressed,
really.
Marty, you've impressed the psychic
Like I-
mediums
Yeah.
with the video. Both Linda and
Yeah, you
Gary
really
are
have.
pretty-
Because,
Wow.
well, see, if I could just
I'm
point
getting
something
chills
out,
watching this.
usually, and I think a lot of us are. Usually, I think a lot of us are in the investigation field. That a lot of us are very skeptical with orbs, but I liked how you paused it right at the right frame, because again, this really shows you that this is not something that, because again, I just can't. I just can't stop talking about how perfectly round it is.
Yeah.
I mean that's basically like a
And
legit
it
orb.
wasn't like
Not
normally a
how-
piece.
It was pretty much tapping that.
Linda says screenshot that and she'll analyze it for you. Carrie's loving the show tonight. All right.
Yeah.
It was swamp gas reflecting off
It
the
also
weather.
Yeah, swamp gas. No, that's for a UFO video or for a UFO show. We'll talk about Swapcast.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Rob.
All right, so
Plus, I like how it had like a glowing. I liked how it also had like a glowing blue color to it as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
So now we're gonna go to the video. Adam, I'm gonna let you. Tommy, I'm gonna drop the video. Adam, I'm gonna let you set this one up because this is the one with Sarah.
So, do you just give the background and then I'll drop it?
Don't worry, buddy. I'm gonna get emotional too because I'm dropping
now-
a video right after this that I did.
So, a couple of years back,
Tom Nelly's in the house.
a good friend of mine passed by not her own. She was stabbed to death by her roommate. It was crazy. It was a very
Oh my
terrible
God.
time for me. She was an awesome individual. She was the best hugger I ever knew, and I give good hugs. So for me, saying that is something about her. And Marty told me that he could do these kind of video things with a flashlight, and he said he would, do one to talk to Sarah for me, and he did. And this is the video. And so Marty sent me this, and he wanted me to call him while I watched the video so he could hear my reaction, and if he could hear anything over my blubbering and crying and like bubbles of snot coming from my nose.
This is one of the reasons I'm glad that I do things like this. It's because it does help. Now, Tom, you can cut through some of it.
It's really dark.
Because remember how the light goes off, and I mean you can play the whole thing. I think it's maybe a minute long, minute and a half.
Yeah, I'll play the whole thing.
Okay.
Let me just catch up again.
So as you guys are watching this in the chat, this is my back porch. I got the flashlight set up. I'm going to talk. I have a back porch light that shuts off on its own. So I wanted to make sure I had that turned back on so Adam didn't think I was touching the flashlight when I was getting responses.
Yeah, right. So.
And only Sarah Pascal to come through to communicate through the flashlight. Sarah, I heard what happened today or Sunday. Very sorry to hear that, but my buddy Adam, who you were close friends with, wanted me to pass a message to you and to let you know that he loves you. He's very sorry to hear what happened. If you can hear me passing the message to you from Adam, can you please turn on the flashlight and let him know that you hear his message?
The flashlight just came on and off. So now I stand up to turn the light on so he didn't think I was touching the flashlight.
Can you do it one more time so he can see that I'm not touching the flashlight? Sarah Pascal and only Sarah Pascal. Can you please turn on the flashlight one more time? Say I love you to Adam and that you're with him right now. That you heard his message.
Can't make that stuff up.
Thank you. Can you shut the flashlight off, please?
Freaking nuts.
To let him know it's you. You can shut off the flashlight to let him
No
know
way.
it's you.
You see it start to dim out.
Shut it all the way off so he knows it's you.
Cry.
Well, we said it was going to get emotional. I've got one coming for myself too. So,
But that just shows. I mean, like,
Thank you, Marty.
you're welcome, buddy.
we don't just do this all for like the fun of it. It means a lot to a lot of people to be able to give people like that sort of
It's like a
message.
validation.
Validation. Yeah, and it's fantastic. And obviously, what happened to Sarah is horrendous.
Right.
Our thoughts are with her.
But by doing something like that, and doing that for him, because I knew the circumstances of what happened. And, you know, obviously Adam's one of my best friends in the world. And to knowing that I can do this and try to pass a message so he knew that she was okay. Because a lot of times when things like this happen and when anybody passes on, there's always a wonder of where is that person now? Are they okay? Where are they at? So this is a tool that I use much like, you know, mediums do when they, you know, they bring messages from the other side to people and they use tarot cards. This is kind of like my deck of tarot cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to be able to do that, I mean, it's huge for me. I know it was huge for Adam, you know, and I'm able to do that even with my own family, you know, with the members that I had to pass on.
Yeah. And it just shows, I think, for you, Adam, it shows that she might be gone from this world, but she's still there. She's
absolutely.
You, so
if I could give you a hug, I would.
Yeah. We're gonna come to your house to give you a big hug.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We're gonna have lots of videos.
I'll come knock on your door tomorrow.
Have one of those.
So
yeah, we'll have a few bowls.
This I just dropped you one. This one's mine. This one's a little bit longer. You don't have to play the whole thing. It's literally the flashlights are going on and off. So the setup for this, I have in the beginning, you're going to hear me say, don't turn anything on yet, is because when I was trying to set up my phone, I had the flashlights sitting in the chairs. Now there's two flashlights. I had the flashlight sitting in the chairs. I'm like, don't turn anything on yet, because right before I was trying to set up my camera, the flashlights were just going on and off, on and off. And I was like, stop for a minute. Let me set everything up to get the video started. Yeah. So I catch this and I put a beer in each chair. I put a flashlight in each chair, and it referenced my grandmother who passed away. How many years ago?
17 years ago.
17 years ago. And this is just after my uncle, my mom's brother, passed away. So I wanted to talk to both of them to catch this video again for validation, not only for myself, but for Mom.
When my brother was in the hospital, he promised me, he said, when I die, if I can, I'll turn a flashlight on for you. And he talked to him the night he died.
Yep.
Wow.
That's the video I just dropped.
Yeah, I'll just put on 2 seconds. Kerry just said, Marty, try EVP with a flashlight. I feel you'll get voted as well.
Okay.
Oh, can we talk about that too, remember? I was on the phone with you.
Yeah, can you hear you? What's up, buddy?
We'll try and get to it.
I think we lost Nick.
He's coming and going. Oh.
No, we were.
I'll just say, Chantal, she says, can a spirit connect with a viewer through a live stream? Yeah, potentially. I have no experience doing that, so I wouldn't want to say that we can do it for you. Obviously, that's really bad that you lost your dad. Our thoughts are with you, but do reach out to maybe Kerry, Starseed TV, or Lindy Lou. She's in the comments. Reach out to one of these. These are psychic mediums that do things through the live streams, and that they will be able to help you more than we can. I don't want to say we can do it because I've never done it before. So,
and thanks, Rob.
But yeah, thanks to everyone in the chat. Obviously,
absolutely,
we are reading all of your comments, so don't think we're not. But yeah, so I'll drop the video now.
Oh, there he is.
And Nick's back.
There we go. There we go. Sorry, you guys were saying I was having issues on my on your side. I wasn't sure what the problem was, so that's why I had to go back out. I mean, come back in and go out and come back in.
Yeah, no, we're just going to drop this video, obviously, of Marty. Where do you want me to start it, Marty?
You can start it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you really got to listen to what I say right off the bat.
Here, I'll be back in just a second.
Yeah.
If you're both sitting next to me right now and you want to tell Mom that you're okay and everything's fine, turn both flashlights on. Let them know that you're sitting next to me. You want to let her know.
Holy shit.
You guys are fine.
Sorry.
Well, now,
Sorry.
if you want, listen,
Sorry.
if you want, no. If
Sorry.
you
No,
want
Tom and Amy, I know that there's language.
at this point, like,
He's crying.
I'm bawling at this point. If you want to go back, because go back to the beginning, because this is one of the most, now pause it for a minute. It's really hard to hear because I'm so far away from the phone. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but I just said, if you guys are both here, turn on both flashlights, and it was bang. And
it was like one
and then two. Like, I was crying through this whole thing. So you can play it from here and then keep it going.
Yeah, it's not even a lag. It's straight away.
Yeah.
Grandma, Uncle Billy, if you're both sitting next to me right now and you want to tell Mom that you're okay and everything's fine, turn both flashlights on. Let them know that you're sitting next to me. You want to let her know.
Dude, that is insane. And there's a car right behind that one. So there's like absolutely
that's
no
on
way.
my driveway. That was on my driveway. I was outside.
Oh my God.
You hear me crying? I'm black. I'm like, holy Jesus. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted the validation and response.
Yeah, dude. It's something when that happens.
Yeah.
It means a lot, I think, people when they get
Yeah.
this.
Oh, I'm going to start crying again. I don't want to see my buddy cry.
Oh, Rob's told me I'm coming much more clearer now.
Yeah, you're a lot better now, mate.
Here we go. Grandma, Uncle Billy, if you guys are sitting right next to me right now, shut both lights off.
And Marty, can you remind me, because I was offline, I had to fix my screen. Where was this at?
This is at my house on my driveway.
Okay.
I was talking to my grandmother and my uncle that just passed away.
Oh, okay. So this was outside. All right.
Yeah.
They've actually switched them off when you asked them to as well.
Yeah.
Well, see, I accidentally had my video on my computer on mute, so that's why I didn't know what was
Okay.
going on at first.
Yeah, he's just asked them to switch them off.
Yeah, this is like a 6-minute video. It's just basically the flashlights go on and off, but it's really the beginning part of that as soon as I asked, bang, bang, both flashlights came on. And it was just like, you really can't. I mean, you could.
If you're both sitting next to me right now and you want to tell Mom that you're okay and everything's fine,
Like that one just came on real quick. Like, oh, okay, wait.
Let them know that you're sitting next to me. You want to let her know that you guys are fine.
That's so insane.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Well,
Unbelievable.
that's exactly how I feel every time I do it. It's like every time I use the flashlight or I just sit down and I start talking to family members and I get those responses, and it's like, this is one of the reasons I record it, is because unless you show it, you can tell somebody about this all day long.
Yeah.
Unless you show it to them, they're not going to believe. And then the reactions to people that you get from people are just like, they can't believe it.
Exactly.
This is from Breath, Chantel. We live in upstate New York, where it gets very cold.
Hey,
Well, it's hot and then it's cold and it's hot.
It's not Chicago, Nick. So, all right, fair enough.
it gets pretty cold over here too. We just had
I know.
snow 2 days ago.
Me too.
Yeah, we have to know.
You want to try Scotland? That's cold.
No, thanks.
But yeah, that's you can't argue with it, really, can. And this is why we do it as well. This is why everything you see in our videos as well. I want to show people that this stuff does happen. Like, and it's not just what you see on the TV. It genuinely happens, and when you get it happen for yourself, you know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can always get people out there like, oh, it's fake. You're doing this, you're doing that, whatever. Yeah, crack on. But
It gets pretty cold. I mean, you're always, no matter how hard you go to try to collect evidence, you're always going to have your skeptics. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but when we were talking earlier about these scariest experiences, you know, my experience shortly after when that happened, I was telling several people who I knew about, and there was one person, obviously, out of everyone who didn't buy it at all, and that basically told me that, you know, no matter how hard I try, it's not going to, you know, make them believe. And even better yet, even if you try photographing, recording, filming it, or drawing it out, even, it's still not going to change anything. They're always going to come up with explanations. So it doesn't really matter whether you have the evidence or not.
Yeah.
Nick, can I interject with something that has nothing to do with ghosts?
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you got to rock like this every week, bro. I can hear you clearly. I can see you without any artifacting. There's no free.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing, but bro, do this every week, brother.
Yeah, the video is way clearer.
On the real. Yeah. I love you to death, but
yeah.
But it's nice not having to be like, is he froze? Oh, he's frozen. Did we lose Nick? Is he? I don't know.
It's like when we ask the question,
what happens is
Selfish card.
what's going on is that like I'm using my other computer and it's working fine for a while. And then all of a sudden it's like you guys are telling me I'm freezing or I go offline and then I have to use my laptop which is a great backup. But the problem is that as you can see, it's not fitting my screen. Damn it!
But that's okay. But honestly, from an objective standpoint, to hear and see you as opposed to the graphical funniness, I'd rather see you and hear you without like pauses and freezing. But no. But I all right, I'm done. Back to the spirit world. Woo!
But we obviously come to the end of our hour. But there is some more incredible evidence we want to see.
Yeah, we're going to show more next time.
We are definitely going to do a part 2. Sheila, please, if you
absolutely
can, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, because we didn't. I mean, just the stories alone. I mean, we showed the videos tonight, and that's kind of the whole point of this. But the stories that she has from the more in-depth experiences when she was growing up to even the investigations that she's done and what she's done through that. So there's a lot more of the story. I knew it was going to be more than one show.
Oh yeah. Are we doing questions tonight?
Yes, we're doing the questions.
Yeah, so of course we have to. No, we have to.
It wouldn't be the same without the questions. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Before we start the questions, Marty, obviously you got the flashlight there. Do you want to ask anything? See if we can get any response quickly.
Well, before the show ends, if anybody here is around us and wants to say goodbye to everybody across the pond, feel free to turn on the flashlight one more time before we go offline. So you got a few minutes.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully it does. But yeah, guys, in the comments, we have read all your comments. Chantel, thank you so much for joining us from South Africa. That's awesome. And everyone else, Dewey, Matt, obviously, Kerry.
Yeah, everybody in the chat.
Guys. Thank you so much for joining the chat. It's been a fantastic show, as always. But yeah, we'll jump in with the questions then. This is obviously a bit of fun. It's called a shot in the dark. No one knows the answers. Amy just picked a random card. And yeah, it's just general knowledge. It's nothing paranormal as such. But
and you've got a head start because American ones.
Oh, so we're
okay.
So where's
the stuff in miles and dollars?
You can ask me.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, you ask questions.
In the US, 15% of men are taller than 6 feet.
Got this.
Which percentage of US CEOs are taller than 6 feet?
Are taller than 6 feet?
Which percent?
US CEOs.
UFC?
US CEOs.
US CEOs?
CEOs.
CEOs? How US CEOs? Oh, they're all short. They're all short. No. That's why they have the money. It's because they're short. They got to overcompensate. It's like dudes who drive trucks.
Heads of companies.
I was going to say, because I'm short and I don't have no damn money.
Yeah, sure.
I'm short. Well, I'm short too, and neither do I. But I'm
in the club. What percentage?
I'll say. All right. So Rob says, Tui says 75%.
Yeah, CEOs, Matt.
Yeah, Matt says 65%. Are you sure, Matt?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Oh. Carrie's got her hat running.
Chantel's like compensating.
Yeah, compensating. I'm gonna go with 8%. I'm gonna go.
Oh my god!
I said 5.
It's so funny. I was literally just gonna say 8%.
Really?
That's insane, dude.
For me, I'm gonna go with 13%.
Was it over or under 6 feet? Did we say
over 6 feet?
Over 6 feet? Oh,
6 feet.
6.9%.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 20%.
Well,
58%.
I'm sorry, 58%.
Matt was the closest.
Uh-oh. Matt's back in the league.
What a shock. What a shock.
This is primarily because people unconsciously associate attributes such as strength and leadership abilities with height.
Well, it does help.
Old AF, we're all short, bro. I'm 5'10", dude. Marty's shorter than I am.
Yep.
I'm only 4'9".
We're all short, dude.
Well,
Ain't no short shaming here, bro. Ain't no short shaming here.
Adam, but I'm kind of probably the tallest out of everyone because I'm 6'1".
Yeah, too. Rob and Matt are like 6'2" or something like that too. I'm just shortened.
I'm 5'7".
Speak for yourself, Adam.
Go on then, what's the next one?
How many American presidents have been assassinated while in office?
While in office?
In
Three.
office. There's three.
Yeah,
definitely three.
Matt's gonna nail this one.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, Matt's
we know
gonna nail
Matt's
this one.
gonna win. I know it's 3 already, though.
He's still talking about this, the size.
I'm gonna say.
I'm saying 3.
3, yeah.
I'm gonna say
I was going to say 3, but I don't really know the
5.
president.
Screen keeps starting up.
Matt says 3.
Clue.
Nixon, not Nixon.
I'm saying 5. Everyone's saying 3.
I'm no good with names. I'm sure.
Everybody's copying me.
I'm gonna go 5.
Yeah, go on.
4. I was closer.
4. Yeah, you know what?
You guys should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not American.
Heard you said 16. What?
No.
People just
We
hate.
There's never.
Carrie said 4.
We were nowhere close to 16. No way.
Wow, 16 is like another presidential shooting today.
And forecast for another one. That's
half the presidents, 16.
4 years.
It was
God.
Abraham Lincoln,
Yep.
James Garfield,
Yep.
William McKinley, and John F.
in the
Kennedy.
chat. Let me see it.
I forgot about the last one.
Yep.
Obviously, I know Kennedy, but I couldn't tell you the others. No way.
Right, go on. Let's have a UK one. Right.
All right, we'll do a UK one.
They had an American one and lost, so they didn't do so well.
Well, at least I got close to that one.
High sense.
It's not 16.
Now I'm telling you it's 16. It's not.
It's nowhere near 16.
It's 16. Cranberry juice wins. Next question.
Yeah.
What is the medium annual salary in the UK of a typical person?
3,500 quid.
What? Okay, I was going to say, what's 35?
I don't know how much money that is.
What's the average wage of someone in the UK?
Like per hour or per year?
Per year.
Per year. So I'm roughly on.
You can say it in dollars.
Right, Rob?
In dollars, I'll say 27,000 US dollars.
So I'm
30,000.
I'm a teacher and I'm on 27,000.
I'll do a quick Google while people are asking questions.
And you're on 27,000?
He just said 27,000.
I'm going to go
I
with
just did
30,000.
27,000.
No, 50,000. 50,000.
27.
That says, all right, we got 30K,
Let's say 35.
I said 30.
35K from Carrie.
Pounds for
Oh my
30,000.
God.
Is that
Wow.
the answer?
No, that's what it is in
Oh,
pounds.
somebody
It's
else is
30,000.
Okay, so it's really not that far
So
off.
21, so they still
This
make
isn't
more
that
than
far.
I do. Okay.
On average, I think you're looking at probably about
43K,
I
definitely
would
not.
say I would say
This may have overshot. Cranberry juice.
25,000.
Yeah, I think he did. A little bit. Too much of an overshot.
17,000 to 20,000.
I'll say 19,000.
I said
I want
50,000.
Amy's final answer. I want to hear Amy's final answer.
Well, I'm thinking it's between 17,000 to at least 20,000. So I
But
probably
the majority of jobs are retail, so I would say
So you're probably looking at like 17,000, 18,000.
yeah,
Okay.
which is more than I get. Anyway.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is.
Marty and Sheila are like, is it over yet?
No, I'm still trying to do the calculations.
22,400.
Boom, nailed
Oh
it.
my God.
It's only 8,000.
Wow.
Tom and Amy, did your dog just open the door behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just saw the door swing
Yeah, I
open.
saw
I'm
the
like,
door move.
perfect show for that to
What the
happen.
hell?
That's normal in our household.
No, the dog's coming to say hi.
Do you want to work that out from what that
But
is?
my boy Georgie, yeah, the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Georgie. My boy George. Georgie No Neck. Georgie No Neck Sushi Face.
I gotta bring this. I gotta read this. Chantel says Americans are so patriotic. RSA not so much. Ours are mostly disasters. I hate to say it, but she's right actually.
I'm like,
Oh, I might not do that one. That's probably
convert. I'm not going to try and convert that.
That's probably not what we want to say. To be fair, let's not
Go on,
do that.
go with one more. We're 10. Yeah, go with one more.
I can't do that one.
What is it?
Oh, come on. Now she says we can't do it. We got to do it.
I want to do that one. Oh no, it'd be funny just to try it.
It's too complicated.
No, let's try it.
You try and work that one out. Then,
Right. How much do the ashes of an average dead man weigh?
Oh
3.5
pounds.
ounces.
That's very precise.
Ounces?
Yeah.
3
What, you
pounds.
guys have never had to burn somebody before and get rid of the evidence? Come on.
Well,
I can't be the only one.
If there's
I
some-
can't-
if there's
Marty,
someone
Marty,
that's gonna-
Nick, you know what I'm talking about, eh?
Yeah.
You remember that night in Kentucky?
Oh
Don't play
yeah,
like
yeah.
you
I
don't.
remember
you
that.
weren't, dude, you weren't supposed to tell anybody about that.
Yeah,
There's people watching.
No.
yeah.
Three
There's people
kilograms.
watching. We're going to jail if they find out.
It can only
Three
be
pounds.
stones, pounds, or ounces.
Ounces.
Oh, I don't work in.
Let's go stones. So I'm gonna go.
It's not going to be more than a stone.
What is this? All right, hold on. That's for Sunday's show.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, save that. Save it.
I'm gonna go 2 stone.
I don't work in. I work in kilos, so I ain't got a clue.
Well, it's not that. So you've got to go stones, pounds, or ounces.
I'm going to go kilos and convert it.
It's about a pound and a half.
Tom, go with ounces. It's
Chantel
easier.
says 1 kilo.
I'll say 2 pounds.
2 stone.
So he says
3
7.
kilograms, 7 grams. A stone is like 12 pounds.
I reckon it's only about a kilo.
I'm going 2 stone.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a kilo.
Ready?
Yeah.
An average man's ashes weigh 6 pounds.
Oh, wow.
God, you gotta
6
be-
pounds?
Wait,
Not
where's
mine, baby. 12.
Do you want it in? Do you want it in?
it's?
Stones.
6
Matt said
in
14 grams.
2.7 kilograms.
Okay, and what's in stone?
In stone? Hang on, you would ask me in stone, wouldn't you? 0.4.
Okay, I'll wait.
So nobody on that one.
Holy
Who
cow.
was the closest on that one?
No, I think someone's close. No, 3 kilograms. Star seeds.
Starseed said
Carrie.
Yeah, but she uses her psychic powers and gets
Right, she knows the answers.
Yeah, or they just Google it. Like, we're on the honor system here. Not the best.
Listen, I've
You
been
know?
guilty of that in the past, so I've
me
Googled
too.
some of the
Okay.
answers.
I gotta bring this up, but every time I keep thinking of ashes, and Marty, I think you know. Actually, I think most of you guys know what movie I'm talking about. You guys seen the Big Lebowski, right?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that scene near the end where they put the ash, Jeff Bridges, when they took the ashes out and they spelled out on Jeff Bridges' face.
I don't remember that.
I recommend that movie for anybody.
What
who
the hell does any of that have to do with Vietnam?
Oh, by the way, Nick, I love that rug. It ties the room together.
Right, I'll do. Do you want me to do the last question?
Go on then, quickly.
Right.
We've got time.
If an unbiased roulette wheel comes up red 3 times in a row, is it more likely to come up red or black on the next spin of the wheel?
Black.
Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me figure that out.
Right.
He's got a roulette wheel.
It would surprise me.
This is where he pulls out a full roulette table now. And starts
Yeah, I know.
All right,
Nick, do you seriously have a roulette
He
table?
probably does.
does this answer your question?
Yes.
Told you.
Oh my god.
All
Not
right,
only does
this
he have the
guy.
background,
This
he's got the props to
guy.
go with it.
He's ready like every time. He's
Dude, he's got it. Well, what worries me is he has it readily available.
I know.
I'm like, dude, it's like, hey, you got a 1947 battleship? He's like, dude, yeah, wait.
Yeah, right over here.
Maybe he's slightly psychic.
Yeah, he knew it already.
Maybe.
See here. Wait a minute, where the hell's?
Red.
Oh wait, here it is. Here it is.
Score of averages.
Let's give it a try.
Black. Heft.
I'm thinking black.
And red.
I'm going to say.
So what was the question?
I'm gonna say
All that, you don't even know why you have the roulette wheel in your hand.
If the roulette table comes up red 3 times in a row, what's the likelihood of it coming up red or black, Nick? I wish we
What's the
First
percentage?
time it actually did land on red. First time.
It's just random.
Oh, second time. That was second one landed on black. All right, one more time.
We're gonna go way over.
Just talking about roulette tables.
Okay, one more.
It's gonna take a while.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, it did land on red.
I'll say black.
I'm gonna say black.
I'm gonna say red.
I'm gonna say red.
I love Amy's like. I'm next.
Right, assuming the wheel isn't biased or broken or isn't Nick's wheel. Spin is independent, therefore past results are no indicator of future results. Red and black thus have equal odds of coming up. Who said that?
50%.
50. Oh, well done.
You got it.
And Kim and Cranberry. Well done.
Yeah. I suppose it isn't. It's just a random, and it's 50-50.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are running over. Unfortunately, we have gone way over. But we are definitely going to do another show with obviously Sheila and Marty. But
thank you, Sheila.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on.
You're coming back.
Definitely.
We'll have to probably play another game of roulette at some point.
Yeah, we'll just play roulette for a whole hour.
I'll bring my Russian friends so we can play some Russian roulette.
I mean, I got blackjacks. I got. See, it's been a while since I've used this. Like all the type of games you could think of.
What player was in the green room? He's going to start doing the odds again to see if he can get it coming out red.
Next week we have psychic medium Indigo. She's going to be on. I believe we are going to be talking about past lives and people that are born and can still remember their past life, which is crazy because it does happen.
Yeah.
I think
that's going to be a good show.
Oh, actually, about that.
Yeah, so
boy that could do it.
There's one certainly we're going to be talking about. But yeah, from us.
Would you tell night.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow now. Yeah,
what is it? Americans versus the British.
Yes, so Sunday,
yes.
FTV, we're going to be live. What time are we doing it again? Same time?
That'll be same time as this show started, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. I think Nick, what is it, like 2:00 where you are, buddy?
Yeah, it is. It's
okay. So 2:00. Yeah, Central Standard Time. 3:00 New York time, and then that would be 8:00 y'all's time, right?
Yep.
Yes.
In y'all's castle?
Y'all's castle.
Don't ruin it all. So that's going to be on youtube.com/FTV. Come check it out. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have all these fine folks on here. And we're going to be discussing the differences, both verbal and just custom-wise, from the Brits versus the United States. And it's going to be a lot of fun. No holds barred.
Not British people.
Well, this will be the first time.
Well, we'll get into that too now.
This will be the first time. It'll be the first time you guys can properly meet my better half, Carrie.
Yep. So we're gonna.
Carrie's gonna be on with us.
They're still gonna be dressed as Freddy Krueger, I feel.
Chantel said right back to Texas for neighbors. Thanks, Chantel. Thanks for joining in. By the way, hope you come back. It's good having you.
I don't know if batteries might be good. They were brand new. Awesome.
I think we got to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining everyone.
Georgie boy.
It's been an awesome show. And yeah, I can't wait for the next one. I'm live tomorrow night with Scaredy Cat. We'll be doing our Cross the Pond chat that we obviously missed last week because he was on a investigation. So we're going to be chatting about that. What else? Anything from you guys while I remember?
I love George.
If I can just make a quick announcement about what's going to be happening, just really for a couple of days later tonight, I'm going to be back on here. I believe I'm supposed to be back on 13th Dimension tonight with Jeremy York. We're going to be discussing about our investigation that's coming up at Waverly Hills Sanatorium. So we'll be doing the, of course, I'm sure you guys know we'll be doing that this upcoming Monday night, which I'm really excited about. We'll be filming a live panel of that. Plus, we'll also be on Matt TV right before we get started. So Canada's going to be interviewing us, and then see what else. And then finally actually I think that's it. So 13th Dimension, the live panel investigation, and then also Matt TV, and of course, obviously, the show for tomorrow with you guys. So it's going to be exciting.
Oh, it's going to be great, man. I'm excited.
So that's Sunday, right? Sunday.
Sunday.
I always say Sunday, someday.
Sunday. Stuff happens.
Oh, yes, I'm finishing. All right. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, everybody, take care of yourselves. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila, for coming on. It's been awesome.
Love to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, everyone in the chat. It's been awesome, especially to Chantel. I think you're the furthest away that's actually been on. So
yeah,
yes.
Awesome. So
and let's not forget Mama Marty again.
Yes,
Yay.
All right, definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, Chantel, thanks for joining. Chantel from South Africa. Hope you come back.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we'll see you all Sunday, I suppose. Sunday, 8 p.m. on Marty's channel.
Adam's channel.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Check it out on social media.
Yeah,
you'll find out
about
it. Check it out on old Andy's channel.
Yeah. I said Marty. Yeah. I'm a freaking idiot. Anyway. See you later, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Take care.